morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for, I believe, our 18th week of community calls. I want to thank the Pittsburgh Foundation, the Forest Fund's Board of Directors, our extended philanthropic family of supporters, and of course, the staffs of the Forest Funds who have been pulling this off ever since the pandemic occurred. We always want to give acknowledgement to our fallen comrades, in particular those who we serve on behalf of our work, their contributions to humanity, the sacrifices that many people have provided for our freedoms, as well as the sacrifices people have provided for us to see things that have been in our blind spots. And so we're excited about what we see as a pathway forward for a brighter future. Kathy and Derek have been instrumental in our thinking at the Forest Fund since I've been there and even before that. And what they bring to the table is a paradigm shift in how we can function, in particular during the COVID period. And so we're excited about what they bring to the table and how we continue to partner. Since the beginning of COVID, we've had 679 Zoom meetings with over 10,000 participants. We continue to push this notion of flashpoints. There's 4 flashpoints that we think are critical to be aware of. Continuation of income inequality, 2030 challenge with climate change, 2040 shift with minority population becoming a majority, and 2050 shift when 70% of the world's population will move towards the urban corridor. Over the course of this pandemic and beyond, we have really focused on how do we adjust and pivot as an institution, how do we remain as a nimble organization. So some of the things we think are critical and that we've deepened is how do we expand and deepen our relationships with community stakeholders, nonprofits, and philanthropists? How do we honor differences? How are we ensuring integrity and equity and quality? How are we optimizing technology? How are we utilizing coaching? What is the benefit of online training? How do we optimize virtual tools? How do we expand cohorts? And most importantly in this moment, how do we begin to work together to think through what does a post-COVID reality look like, given that we're in phase 1 of COVID, we have a flu season coming next, and then phase 2. And so the notion that many of us will be able to survive this intact as we are does not seem relevant or prevalent or real in any sense of the way we look at it. We have to strongly consider how working together differently can allow us to preserve the integrity of the nonprofit sector in light of what we know as impending challenges to the workforce, to businesses in Southwestern PA, and to the nonprofit sector as a whole. For the past 30 months, the Forest Funds has really shifted to ensure that we're looking forward while we're addressing immediate needs. And Kathy and Derek's work has been critical in supporting that pivot. And so I want to stop and thank you all for being on this call and turn this over back to the leaders of today's show. Thank you.